Okay, so I am recording, just a little bit of a delay. Check, check, check. All right, this is Douglas Bedford from Passive Movement Marketing, and I want to welcome you to this webinar about creating your own content for your dental practice on Instagram and bringing in new patients in less than 5 days. Again, my name is Douglas Bedford, and this is a webinar. This is my first one. Zooming in or using Zoom via YouTube. So if there's some technical difficulties, bear with me, but I think it's just going to be a good time. We're all at home doing our best to adapt to new technology to grow our businesses. So we have the first slide. Let's just go on to the second one. Who am I? So my name is Douglas Bedford, and I do digital marketing for dental practices. As you know, we're in the middle of the coronavirus, or for some people, they're almost at the tail end and they are starting to open up their practice. But one problem that they have, especially a couple of clients of mine, is how do I attract new clients and still bring them into my office when everything's shut down, when everything's at home, and how am I going to make people feel comfortable with going out again, especially in a medical office where there's this attachment of um, of wanting to be safe. For me, I started my marketing agency about a year and a half, 2 years ago in Costa Rica, of all places. I was living there for 8 months, and I have a skill set of building websites. And I realized I needed to make a little bit more money if I wanted to stay out there for a long period of time. That led me to doing a couple of side jobs on a platform called Upwork. And then I started to interact with a couple people in medical professions. Made a video for a customer, or should I say, a client that worked for Kaiser. And then that led me further into dental. And I took this one Upwork job that led to me working with cosmetic dentist. And I kind of fell in love with it. I like the fact that you're able just to there's more than one way of selling dental practices. Most people think teeth whitening, but it's also a transformation in the quality of life. People like to look at Most people are on video and they need bright shiny teeth. Definitely could use a little bit brighter teeth on my slide here, but it's the dentists are really cool to work with. People are just really good to work with. I'm rambling, so let's just go over to the next slide. Again, I'm getting used to this whole webinar type of life, so hope you're enjoying this first one again. So by watching this video, I want to invite you to like this exclusive content creation course that I built. I worked with a dentist that actually is in Manhattan right now, and her office is closed. And she asked me, what am I supposed to do? I'm still supposed to pay bills. I had to let go of a few people. Um, what can I do to still attract patients? And of course, she told me about teledentistry and how that's working. But how are you supposed to bring in patients to actually sign up for that? Or they don't even know how to use it really. And is it just for tooth pain or those types of services? And what I mean by that is you can't really do too many procedures, well, in Manhattan at this time, unless it's emergency based. And not everyone's thinking about going to the hospital, or should I say to the dentist, when they're stuck at home. There's other things to worry about, like bills and whatnot. But what if there was a way to still attract new patients for when you um, do open? And that's um, the course that I created, how to sort of funnel and grab those new patients into your own personal ecosystem on social media. So when you do open, you have this plethora of clients to choose from and to start communicating with them now. So when you open, it's not this kind of like mad dash into bringing patients in. You're building a campaign, excitement for people to show up. So if you have a pen and paper, you'll want to take notes because this is, I put a couple of weeks into this presentation and this course that I built, which you'll get access to at the end of it. Little spoiler alert, but the course is totally free. It's my way of being able to interact with dentists as we go into this new economy and understanding exactly what you need. So for me as a marketer, I know what I can do for you. So I thought what better way than to give away all the secrets that I know about Instagram and social media and then be able to create a dialogue with you. And that kind of same theory is what you're going to do for your dental patients. You're going to create an environment for them to get your type of content that helps them with their health. And by creating that conversation with them, you'll be able to um, have them readily available to choose your services. All right. So why am I presenting this? So I started working with a few more dental patients in March, and then the outbreak happened. And so I personally specialize in Facebook advertisement. But what's the point of really advertising if your doors are closed? So that's the dilemma. Um, and again, I kind of alluded to the story. My previous client needed a solution for her office while it was closed. And so I was already starting to work on Instagram anyway, but then this kind of accelerated my course of action. And I have a couple of friends in the marketing kind of realm. We all kind of stick together. And one of our masterminds, a person discovered that just by creating a certain type of content, by revealing yourself, they were able to bring in more patients, or should I say, um, more followers for their dental client that they were positioning as new patients. And so, been kind of working out the kinks for the past couple of weeks, and that's what I'm sharing with you today. So imagine having appointments set once it's safe to reopen. And that's kind of like the problem that I wanted to solve with this webinar is like, how can I get you patients that are ready to sign up, that are excited about coming in, like me? Like, I can't wait to get my teeth whitened again because I've been drinking so much coffee these past couple of weeks that I just can tell I just want to feel and look, for lack of better words, beautiful again. And I think with cosmetic dentistry, it is the gateway to beauty. And I think by positioning your content in that way, um, you you create that dialogue. But there's another part. You're not just talking about your products, you're also talking about who you are as a person, because you have to separate yourself from all the other dentists that are in your local area. And what better way than revealing who you are as a person? Like just now on this webinar, I revealed that I lived in Costa Rica for 8 months. And that kind of dialogue creates a conversation. And that's what you want to do. It's not about posting the most glamorous pictures, and I'll show a couple pictures on Instagram in a little bit, about just showing teeth and like underbites and overbites and all those type of very aggressive photos, but also showing lifestyle photos of who you are as a person. And I think people connect to people first before they connect to services, because people go towards people that they like, know, and trust. So by creating the right content during the shutdown, your businesses will be ready to be position themselves to be open. So false belief that I've gotten from a couple clients that I've called, or should I say prospects that I called on the phone. If I called you, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to annoy you. I was just trying to give you something free. Um, but the false belief is you cannot use social media right now to promote your business in the middle of a pandemic as a dentist. And that is true if you're trying to sell something. But if you're giving something, if you're giving value, if you're giving information that brings people in, the way our brains are wired is we see either people as threats or as someone that's lending out a hand. And when people lend out a hand, you're more than likely to want to accept something. And when I say the word threat, I mean like, what's their angle? What are they trying to do? Excuse me. And when you just give value, you attract more people. So you can promote yourself right now, but not your business in the sense of selling something, but who you are, what you offer, and information that you have that can make people's lives easier by creating content where you give value to the point where you're showing people how to make their lives better. Um, you're putting yourself in a position to win in the future. Yeah, that's what I want to say. So, looking through Instagram, I was checking out a couple of dentists already, and I checked out a couple of these posts, and I thought they were pretty funny. Now, there's different forms of content that you create. One is a kind of comparison content that we see here, and when patients want to try DIY dentistry, and this is a comparison of tattoos. And of course, they're using forms of things that we're familiar with, like the Joker, and then someone getting a bad Joker tattoo because it's so much cheaper. And then this was another Instagram kind of dentist that put a video on of a little girl getting her tooth pulled by the old floss connected to the door trick, which was pretty gruesome to watch. But then another account that I was following just wrote something simple like, update, we're very happy to announce that we'll start seeing patients May 11th, which is very exciting. But then at the same time, you want to create a campaign around that. You want to add all this excitement, whether it's videos of you cleaning your office, of you doing interviews with the patients, and then posting that on your Instagram account by tagging people, by creating giveaways. You want to create like excitement. You just don't want to post the date that you'll open, but also getting people excited to get out, and that's the first thing that they want to do once it's safe to go out. So a lot of people that I talk to too believe that they're not interesting enough to post on social media, and that's just not true. Think about it. You spent all these years in dental school. You're a business owner. You might have a family. You might travel. Your life is interesting. Excuse me. You eat food. You go to restaurants, or you used to go to restaurants. Maybe you have Postmates. Um, and you also just have certain beliefs. They don't have to be like very polarizing beliefs, but you believe in certain things, whether it's working out, or maybe for some people that like being social and showing their Zoom meetings and stuff like that. You're an interesting person and you have something to post. The only thing is, you don't quite have a formula of how to post consistently, and that's the one thing that I created in this course that I'll show you in a little bit of showing exactly how to create your own personal formula of creating content that's interesting, that will bring people into your ecosystem, into your business. So you as a dentist, or as an orthodontist, or as a health professional, you have these different types of attributes. And that's kind of like this word pyramid that I kind of put up here. Um, you want to position yourself as an empathetic authority, meaning empathy is showing and revealing a little bit of emotions about yourself. But authority, again, is the fact that you are a dentist, that you know what you're talking about, that you are a business owner, um, that you have a service to give of health. And some people also believe that technology um, is just too difficult to master. Believe me, trying to figure out the Zoom to YouTube to recording this to turning this into content that I'm going to post on my Instagram page took a second to wrap around of how I was going to use this content. But when I realized like my messaging was the most important part, like who am I supposed to serve? And that's dentists that are looking, or dental professionals that are looking to create content that are comfortable enough to know that content is a way to position themselves to get new patients. I knew that those are people that I want to talk to. And if you're on the other side of this, then I'm talking to you right now. My content doesn't have to be the most beautiful. I mean, I haven't gotten a haircut in months right now. But I know that technology is not going to get in my way because it's not too difficult to master. You just have to know exactly what you want to do and then figure out the best way to have the idea and then execute it. And so, um, that being said, there's three categories of creating content for yourself and positioning yourself. So content that converts, you create your identity, and it's broken up in these three ways. And I actually learned this from a mentor that learned this from a really awesome marketer named Jason Capital. And you have, if you break up your identity in these three kind of boxes. There's your assets, your associations, and your advantages. And again, I go over this fully in the free course that I'm offering. But your assets are things that you have that your patients might want, meaning knowing that you're a dental professional, um, you understand gum health, you understand how to make someone's teeth white, you understand how to use lasers if you're doing lasers, if their teeth are crooked, and you understand, or you offer Invisalign and you give people the hope of looking beautiful. Those are assets that you have. Associations are like your testimonials, patients that you've worked with, peers or other dentists that you worked with, or conferences that you went to. Having those stories already in your can of things that you want to present to people with your content, you just set yourself out a little bit differently. And then your advantages, what makes you different than other dentists in your local area. And again, it doesn't have to be competitive. It's just letting people know how you're different. And then establishing your empathetic authority, letting new patients build a bond with you and your business by you just being you, just talking, whether it's in video or the type of things that you actually type in your comment section in Instagram. And this is the most important part, is systematizing your topics in a way that your patients um, geared towards your patient's interest. So again, how to keep your teeth white in the middle of the pandemic would be a huge thing. How to make sure your kids' teeth are still healthy in the middle of the pandemic, or and even getting after that, like, or even after we're out of the pandemic, is still something on everyone's mind. So it's easily click worthy, but, or should I say Instagram worthy, but knowing how to systematize these topics. And again, I'll show you exactly how to do that in the free course, which I will send a link to at the end of this content, or after the end of this webinar. All right. Again, I hope everyone's doing well, and thank you for watching this video anytime that you do. And if you have any questions, just send me a message on YouTube or wherever you're seeing this, or at Douglas Bedford, or sorry, Douglas at passivemovement.com. And I'll send you a link to all that again at the end of this presentation. Um, so if you had a system that would show you how to all do this, like what would that be worth to you, to be able to leverage your time and to be able to grow your business? A lot of people wanted to charge, people that I talked to thought like it'd be great to charge like $100 a month. Some people thought like it'd be awesome to charge $1,500 a month. But again, your business isn't open, so why would you want to charge? And this is some of the stuff that you'll learn inside the course, like how to build your attractive identity, how to find the hot topics your new patients cannot resist, how to come up with unlimited content ideas with your own content matrix that you're able to build, that I built out in a Google Sheet that is pretty awesome. And I'll try to get to that at the end of this webinar for you to look at, and how to create content that converts. We kind of went over that in the last slide, and how to create like your own file of digital assets that you can use throughout the year. The thing is, you only need to really come up with 30 really awesome topics, and then you can kind of use those either on LinkedIn, on Instagram, or write blogs, or get someone to write blogs based on the stuff that you've already created when your business does open and your content is pretty much set and done from anywhere from 3 to 6 to 12 months in advance. Especially if you're not open yet, you can get a lot of this stuff done right now. And that's really cool. And how to automatically schedule your content to automatically deliver to your followers. So there's a lot of programs out there to where you can set up your calendar. You might have heard of Hootsuite, but there's other ones that will actually show you analytics, and also to use to write hashtags to put yourself in a position to be in front of new patients in your local area, which I show you also in the course. So right now, I want to only invite 25 people at this time, just because I want to work with you one-on-one or in group settings, and I want to know if I'm able to actually serve that many people at once. So if you go to www.com passive movement /content growth, which I'll show you right here. You can get access to the free course. And if you have any questions, you can write me a message right here through Messenger. Again, you can watch the presentation that I have available. And if you click to sign up, just click that button there. And then there is a welcome video by me saying hello. Again, my name is Douglas Bedford. And then it's pretty straightforward. When you click to join, you just click this button here, and I think it's taking a little bit of time because I'm using all my bandwidth to record on these devices. But the course is totally inside, and I go over those 5 different types of content creation modules, which are really awesome. But then all you do is add your email and information here, and you should be ready to log on. I already have my logon information, so let me just show you. And then so once you're into this membership area, the courses and the course and the topics are all right here. It shouldn't take you, I have it so where each module that you click on should just take a day to complete. But I'm pretty sure if you want to sit and go through it all, you could do it in about a day and a half. But yeah, these are all the modules that I came up with to put you in a better position. So when your business does open, you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to serve new patients that are looking, again, to get their teeth whitening, to maybe get their teeth straightened, to just want to feel normal again. And the best way to feel normal again is to having that human interaction with people. And the best platform to do that, or one of the best platforms to do that on, is Instagram. So again, my name is Douglas Bedford. If you have any questions, just go again to, and I'll write this in the description of this video when it's done. But if you go to passivemovement.com/content creation, let me get here right now, and write a message in the Facebook Messenger box. I'll definitely respond to it in a relatively short time. And I hope this webinar is giving you a little bit of insight of how to position your business better using Instagram. Again, let me get to the slide. But the website again is www.com/passive, or www.passivemovement/content creation. Get to it. Here we go. I just want to show you the slide in case you need it, but I'll just write it in the actual in descriptions. But I want to thank you again for taking this time with me and watching this video. I'll do another webinar pretty soon based upon the responses that I get, and after watching this video, more things that I want to add to it. But I also I want to add with this actual course that there's a Facebook group where we'll be able to interact, and I'm going to add more modules to help you grow your content also. So again, there we are, www.passivemovement.com/content growth. Again, this is Douglas Bedford, and thank you for spending this time with me.